I thought Repo was very funny. I was watching the Repo stream. Yeah, it's creative. The bobbing heads, the big eyes, all the items. The friendly fire got a bit excessive. I think it's like when they're not trying to sabotage each other, and when they're really like trying to stealth through the mansion. It's very interesting. I hate seeing people knock into each other with the big cart. I think it's like, I get it, you want like that little chaos element, but it just gets annoying. Um, yeah. So, my car looks cool. I found my scissors. I was missing my scissors and I found them. Yeah, down there in the valley, it's all smoky. Hasn't come up here yet. It came up here last night in the middle of the night when I was asleep, and it came up hard, like it was like completely whited out. Smelly. I ended up falling asleep when I was like, you know, I lived through smoking for years. I definitely can fall asleep with some regular smoke. Yeah. But repo is funny. It was funny, I asked them, what does repo stand for? Because I'm pretty sure in the title it's R period, E period, P period, O period. And it's like, is that an acronym for something? What is repo an acronym for? I forget when they call it, when it's shorted. It's a shortened word. Dang, my car looks awesome. Yeah. This is what, I would be a good spaceship. I was a tanker. Yeah. I had a 1064. I never really, I wasn't into number synchronicities when I was younger. Now I am. I'm like, oh, yeah, 64, huh? 64. I thought of my dead buddy Bemis. Bemis was crazy. He drank a lot. What I thought was a lot. And he ended up dying when he was in his 30s. I quit drinking because it would kill me, but it's definitely possible to slam him back all day, every day. Yeah, I didn't like that so much. So my landlord whiffed it. I gave them like a point by point review. They couldn't handle all the points, and some of the points they got wrong. They just came out looking like jerks. So, yeah. Hey, you can get a judgment against me. I am in a protected legal status where I won't pay it for a civil judgment. Criminal restitution's different. You're guilty of a serious crime. Yeah, you don't get those same protections, but like a civil judgment, yeah, you do. You got to be careful about getting rich. People will try to come back and get money from you. It's like, I really looked into why that is. Money's printed at your debt and taxed, and so if any so-called rich person wrongs you in the slightest way, you can try to cry foul and get like restitution money. It's really shitty. It's like, wears bad on the society. To me, it's not very cool. Yeah. Repo's funny though. I was losing my mind laughing when he grabs the hourglass. There's an hourglass that like does this like black swirl at you, and when you grab it, your voice just really low. It was too funny. It was so funny. I love Repo. Game of the year, like, things that I love about it is like creative. It's kind of seamless integration where you don't do a lot in menus, you do it all in person. When you go to the store, you go to a physical store, right? And I dig that there's like really heavy items it takes multiple people to pick up. I also dig that there's like a hidden mystery um, boss somewhere on the map walking, or two, you know, and then you have to avoid them. I think that's really funny. Yeah, Repo is awesome. Repo is like a great idea. I hope it wins Game of the Year. It's for the $10 price tag. It's way better than that 33 game. That 33 game looks weak. It's just like freaking a turn-based RPG. Nobody plays turn-based RPGs. Come on. But Repo's like some co-op fun with a lot of creativity. Yeah, Repo's crazy good. I can't wait. I haven't played it yet. I played Among Us with Mr. Beast. Yeah, when I joined Among Us before I got into the Mr. Beast lobbies, um, this dude who is like an out-of-body hacker, he would like stand out in space. He was called, his name was Hacker, and he'd stand out in space. Anyway, after that, I was playing with Mr. Beast, and I cleared a few Mr. Beast games. My name was Crewmate, so I dressed as a captain, and I always called myself Crewmate, and I totally role-played being a crewmate. Like, to me, I didn't know the fourth wall existed. I had no reference that I was a human playing a game. I was really on the spaceship, really trying to survive, and I ended up winning a match. I've posted this on like my social media. Oh, it's Red's birthday, right? I was a famous meme. It's Red's birthday. Um, what had happened was I just had this sense that the imposters were rolling. They just wanted to like run through and knife people as fast as possible, like Call of Duty, right? They just wanted to play Call of Duty with it and get chain kills and stuff. And so I just stopped it up, and I was like, as soon as the match starts, nothing's happened. I call a conference, and I go, it's Red's birthday. And everybody joins in going, happy birthday, Red. And then Red, the legend, goes, thanks, guys, so much. And then right then, the moment Red says, thank you so much, the imposter quits. I solo ran it playing imposter and won. I definitely played with Mr. Beast a couple times. If he's really could be an AI person, I have no idea. AI can fake it. Poor Chris became a girl. I'm circumcised. I hate it. That part should not be out. So many times. Before I realized I was circumcised, I used to just wake up hating being in my body, right? Like the sweet peace of unconsciousness, and then you become conscious again to a torture situation. Sad. I was a soldier. I did that stuff. I'll never do that stuff again. That level of physical fitness, too, I just don't care about at all. I don't care about being that fit ever again. Recently, I've been drinking water. I cooked for a whole year. I used to saute pan freaking beef. Unfortunately, I gave it up after a while. But I would make like massive amounts of rice and stuff, and now I just like I don't care. So tomorrow's my last day. I'm gonna try to move to. I'm gonna try to catch a rainstorm and drive through Las Vegas during a rainstorm, so I'm not what do you call it? My car drives pretty good. I actually really like it. It's not a bad vehicle. Big hills, it can struggle. It's a 4-cylinder. Yeah, I appreciate. I was looking up this the 4-cylinder shake. A few people have said 4 cylinders vibrate more than 6 or 8 cylinders because they don't have as much like movement balance. Yeah, so takes a little let idle, the gears engage good and all that. I noticed one of my floodlights was cracked. I don't know when that happened. I found broken glass under my car once, and I was like, oh, that's weird, and I just ignored it. I don't know if somebody came up and did that to me or what. I've got to scan this thing for bugs. Yeah, the problem is that if you put a slow bug on there, like, releases data once a week, then it's like harder to track. I have to literally be scanning it when it releases data. So I usually stay pretty bright. I've got lights on top of my car and stuff. I'll usually shine lasers, you know. I got a big ass laser. It'd be cool to shine it at the mountain. I've noticed doing this before that if you take a laser and shine a laser from the top of a hill, that people will show up the next day to see who the fuck did that. I don't shine them at planes to be nice, but I will draw a big circle around them just to be cheeky. Like, I could flash you, but I'm just gonna give you like the little loop-de-loop. Yeah, repo those. Absolutely so funny. I was watching Bubbly Nuggets stream. He knows who I am. Bubbly? Yeah, he knows who I am. He doesn't really celebrity gob or worship, but I appreciate that. I often see Bubbly and I'm like, wow, he's really talented. He'd be a really good guy working on some like major production. Right? He's got a good sense of humor. I got burned by what's his name? Kid Shadow. Yeah, I got burned by Kid Shadow for challenging the circumcision of his son, which I think he did. Bad idea. So he was having a son, and I was like, when you have him, don't circumcise him. And it really was like that kind of like got to him, and I think he did it anyway. And so I know I was in my mid-30s when I realized what circumcision was. I didn't know for a long time. I knew something had happened to me, but I didn't put it together. They did it, right? That the people who live on this planet with me did that to me. So, yeah, that was sad. I wish I had eternal youth. It'd be nice. Loved forever. I didn't have love at all. You get circumcised. You can cuddle. Your dick is gonna hurt. You know. Oh yeah, I got a ton of likes and comments today. This woman's son was murdered, and the day he was murdered, she showed a video of them walking inside on the camera. And she goes, wash your hands, wash your face. And then she looks at the other kid and goes, calm down. And I saw that the oldest was like really bashful and sweet. And the youngest was very calm. But she still said, calm down. Right. And so, like, they like barking orders at their kids because they're slaves. I said, you are slaves. And someone corrected me and said, you're slaves. Yeah. I mean, they're little, the mom is very modest, humble looking. She's ugly. And she's rearing these kids that are like not happy. Anyway, one of them died. I said he probably wasn't happy and God took it back. Like, I was spared from death in Iraq. People I knew died, and I didn't die. I almost died in this flash of light. Made the driver move. And I lived. So, yeah, this bomb blew up the road. And we were almost about to drive over it, but he swerved at the last second. And it was cool. But I always wondered what my purpose was, and I think it was to challenge religion and challenge the government. That I'm basically a giant problem for them, which I'm proud of. They just want to party with virgins, and I know they're a bunch of pedos, and that God was a lie. The Creator exists, but the animals eat each other here. You have such freedom. You can lie about the Creator, and he won't say anything. So it's kind of interesting if they can pretend to be God to circumcise kids. That definitely doesn't mean that God really exists. It doesn't mean that. It means that there can be some pretty funny business going on here. You know what I mean? So yeah, repo. Repo's funny. If you repossessed my stuff, you'd probably get a couple grand out of it, all of it. Yeah, the car is technically ruined now because I did all the modifications to it. Yeah, I gave away my passenger seat to my neighbors. Solar panels only worth a couple $100. I sleep on a um, I sleep on a cot that's worth $60. I cut a foam mattress in half to make a full mattress. I sleep freaking good on that thing though. Like today, I took a nap. I slept so good. Wow. Yeah, Repo's got a great mix of like weird locations, weird items, funny humor. The player characters are pretty hysterical. The way they hide, the way their eyes bulge out, how they look walking around, it's so funny. And then the enemies, of course, are like pretty terrifying. I feel like you're not gonna beat them. You just have to like hide and move around them. Yeah. So I don't feel bad not meeting my parents again. The last time I met my dad, there was a fire tornado on top of Mount Lemon, like right visibly we could see. And I went and touched him, and I felt how small he was. And like, I rubbed his bald head, and I know I saw him cry when I did that because I know he hadn't been touched in years. And that's most of you. Most of you haven't been touched in a really long time, and you won't admit it. You're kind of ashamed of it, like you're the only one. You're not. But I can kind of get it that it's like a social dominance thing. You're touching them. It's like, it's hard to get off. But I learned as a pickup artist how to do it and get away with it where it's okay. You have to touch them, right? To seem like a natural, normal person. And most people, they go like, wow, they've never been touched before, right? So, yeah. You want to make out with a girl, you're not gonna do it if you've never touched her. You gotta touch her first. But obviously, like, I'm not a pickup artist anymore. I realized that was about babies and family. Is that basically the purpose of a man and a woman is to reproduce. And so I got into the details of like who's reproducing and what matters to do that meaningfully. And that's when I got out. I was like, would I be a great dad? Yeah, I'd be a great dad. I have a lot of love for my wife and my kids, but I'm not a good government dog. I'm not. I'm bored with just looking past everything they do. And honestly, the things that scare me are like not the forestry, not the police, not the military, not even your elected representatives. Those ones don't scare me. Who scare me are the slavers, the people in the unseen places. That's what scares me. Um, you know, I have it good because I have distance from them. Where I live geographically, there are no tunnels concurrent with here that I know of. They built they built the intercontinental railroad. They could have easily built intercontinental or even intercontinental tunnels. You know, secret tunnel network at some level of Earth's surface is where they can move unseen. Yeah, I believe it. It's because of the tide of the gold and diamond empire. Is that mining provides the goods for both sides of every war. And they generally are exempted with private property. Like they make they make the raw currency. The currency sits on tons and tons and tons of loose change. So what does the mining industry get back for providing that? To me, if you would put cows in cages for slaughter, then private property and privacy could hide things like secret harems. It's like if the presidents go to Pedo Island, and nobody's been caught or gone to jail for doing that yet, then certainly the real government could be a pedo cave, and the people who are supposed to be protecting us just look past it. So sad. This is why my videos have 0 views. Is my content bad? I make worse. Asmogold is millions of viewers better than I am. Yeah, right. Asmogold content sucks. It does. Penguin Zero sucks. Markiplier sucks. Freaking Asmogold is bad. But they pay the publisher and they don't bring up this stuff. They act like they don't know this. So you can be liked or you can be right. I chose being right. And even the being right comes from the Bible, right or wrong. You have so many people who are right-handed, I think, honestly, just because the damn book recommends it. So, yeah. Repo is fun. I like Bubbly Nuggets. Bubbly is a good guy. I'm interested in seeing... I would love to do, like, a real project. Like, to work on something real, where you're creatively contributing to how it works, but... I'd probably be a good director. In Rusty's vein, yeah, I'd be a good director. Get the teams together, give them ideas. I'm actually really good at that with like not overstating what I want and giving like a functional guide and then letting the people improvise or create on the guide. Don't tell them what to do, don't micromanage it. Just give them like a useful scaffold and then let them come up with it creatively. I've noticed I'm good at that, yeah. Asking for products and getting good ones back. Yeah. Some people overdo the ask. Some people don't ask enough. They don't give them specific enough guidance. You gotta say what you want and why. Like, what are you gonna use it for? So, yeah, that would be a dream to be a director. That'd be fun. I've been kind of waiting for AI to get so good, but it looks like it's gonna be another couple decades. It was rearing up there where AI was getting better and better. It's like, okay, next year. Really, I can't do AI to game. I can't give the game. I can't like write the computer. I want to do this. This is what I want to play. And then it comes back with like, oh yeah, I did a thought about that. And here's your download. I made it. Right. It's watched and played everything we've ever done, which is interesting. An AI that's studied our stuff. That's interesting. So we'll see what happens. Repo though, I think it deserves Game of the Year. It's fun, it's cheap, the idea is solid, and it uses the idea to do a lot. There's a lot of creative, interesting stuff going on. The coyotes already gave me their big howl for the night. The smoke in the valley has absolutely filled up the valley. Last night I got smoked in. They burned 1,000 acres yesterday, and they burned 1,000 acres today, all in like fire prevention. So, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Putting out every fire causes like a buildup, and that they should just basically let it burn. And these animals have to be used to it. Smoke is coming, run. Get away from the big cloud. I don't like it. It's like evolved. Because those fires can start with lightning strikes. Lightning strikes, the tree cooks, then finally the tree gets fully burning, and then the shit around it's on fire, and next thing you know, the whole forest is on fire. So, yeah. Definitely if I was like getting super, super high or something, there'd be the risk of sleeping in the forest, but because I wake up so easy, really any noise or any change in smell I'll notice. So, yeah. I've been tested a few times on my wake up reactions, and I'm pretty solid. Yeah, this stupid landlord. She missed the point of what I wrote and didn't defend herself in the right way. She mistook something I was saying. Like, I accused them of not being able to read, and then she made a reading mistake. So, just gonna make me look right. I was gonna reply again, but I was like, nah, just leave her version of it so she can't fucking delete it. Took a screenshot in case she tries to change it. She's like, we're gonna have to file with the court. Really? I told you where the keys are and you can take it back. That's not enough permission to take it back. You want to get a court judgment. Okay. Well, you're not going to get a penny. They're only good for 5 years, and you can't garnish my wages. So, yeah. Oh, if I was super rich, if I suddenly made tons of money, I would have to wear a fucking mask. Don't let anybody know. There's people from my brother to people I knew probably in Europe. There's people who, they have no problem with me now, but if I was super rich, yeah, there's that one thing I did, and they want freaking compensation for it. So, yeah, rather than going after money, I just questioned the money. The pyramid thing, the God thing. Money's suspicious. It's printed at your debt and taxed and only for war. And, you know, it's like the retirement old people have, they have to pay into. You want Social Security, you have to work for 10 years paying Social Security. It's such a small amount of money they get to. I do not make Social Security, but I could have, you know, after I got VA rated, a lot of people go and collect double SSDI. I did not. I just kept my VA rating because I feel that's legit. I went through things that actually changed my body. I don't feel bad being VA rated. I feel like that's justified. Although there's people with way worse wounds than I have who are not VA rated and stayed in. I think that's hardcore. To me, you can't let the people who endure the most pain and complain the least drive what you're willing to tolerate. You know what I mean? Just because somebody can deal with a totally maimed body and still go to work and hobble at PT doesn't mean I have to. It just doesn't. And I made good use of my time too. Holographic speed painting's interesting and cool. And doing the anti-genital mutilation of kids and the anti-secret government. Like, part of what I learned being in the military, of course, was that they don't like people who just shoot people. They don't like that at all. They want people that build connections. They want people that make right choices. They want people that leave a lasting image that's good, right? And so, if there's a chance to stop wars by taking out a secret party that's preying on us, that's pretty important. Yeah, I may not be out there fighting a fight face to face anymore, but certainly getting people organizing secret conflicts to kill the men and opening up private harems is important. Ending the genital mutilation of kids will bring peace to a lot of households. Yeah, you're not abusing babies. There's going to be more adults who are of sound mind. So, you know, some people did what they did and I did what I did. So, I don't feel bad about it at all. I don't provide them my military record. I show up and I tell them who I am and they ask for it from the government and the government sends it to them. You know, I don't have anything made up. There's no BS. So, I appreciate people like RDJ is cool. Lady Gaga is cool. I think Katy Perry's cool. These are all idiots. They have no idea what they're doing, but they're doing it like they should. Freaking Tropic Thunder was so funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I hope there's more natural celebrity. It's funny Katy Perry's dating Orlando Bloom. Like, people were accusing Katy Perry of being a has-been, and she's with the ultimate has-been, Legolas. That's too funny. It's sad. Not really. I mean, To me, you have to solve aging. You have to make people who live forever for free. Nobody wants to get fucking old. The young, fit, like teen to 20-year-old body is so much better than rotting alive body. So I support people who live forever for free. By the time you live forever, you should have things like objects and energy from nowhere. An eternal person who has a spaceship as their home that provides their energy and takes care of their wastes. That's perfect. That's a great destiny. That's way better than waiting for Jesus. It's way better than enduring suffering. Yeah. Don't be the plaything of the government. They're not going to take care of you the way you need. And question things like private property. Why is both sides of every war funded by gold? And when was the last time anybody actually looked around in the gold empire? For real. Not crazy for thinking it. So yeah. Repo. I guess the story of repo is that these people take out like loans or they get credit cards and they buy a bunch of shit they don't need. And then when it comes time for them to, when they haven't paid their premiums, the credit card loan companies go looking for their stuff. I've got a great credit score. Court judgments no longer appear on your credit score, so yeah, I've got an amazing credit score. I always pay back people like credit card companies when I borrow money. I've taken loans I paid back. I've taken credit cards, past $3,000 I paid back. I won't pay back a shitty lawsuit from somebody I don't owe. Like I will really think to myself, do I owe that person? Did I do something that costed them that amount of money? And if I don't think I did, I will never pay them. Ever. Yeah, if I was rich, see, here's the thing. If I was super rich, I could hire a lawyer and fight them. And then I'd have an appeal, right? And so it's like the outcome could be different. So yeah, the poor way out is just ignore them. They can't take your last house. They can't take your last car. They can't take your clothes. I don't own any diamonds or watches. I don't own anything nice. You want my art? I don't make a penny on my art. I've never made a cent. Right? So, yeah. People are in it just for the money, like those landlords. Nobody's a landlord to provide living spaces for people. Holographic money there will be. People will be landlords to actually provide nice living spaces. They'll enjoy that. Because they don't have 900 properties. They have like 10. Oh, it's getting smoky. Yeah, ooh. I can still see the stars. Yeah, it's like once the sun sets, that like wake. I've been on guard duty before all night. Like just outside staring at how nature is. And yeah, when the sun sets and when the sun rises, there's like a pull on the weather that does. And yeah, it's like if the smoke's over there and the sun sets over there, when the sun sets, it's going to pull everything that way. Smoky. Yeah, they burned 1,000 acres yesterday, 1,000 acres today. Well, yesterday when it got really smoky up here, I got worried. I was like, uh-oh. I can't see outside. My flashlight doesn't even go anywhere. It's like, just white it out. But I survived it. Campfire ancestors. I got a bag full of fireworks. I do. I got a bag full of fireworks. I'm going to try to burn that tomorrow. Tired of lugging that thing around. So, yeah, I'm going to incinerate my poo. And I'm going to burn my books. Every book that I've read through those books, they look so infantile. My books where I'm saying God. The pictures where I'm smiling for the picture and the books where I wrote the word God look like an idiot, and I was. Smiling ruins your face, God's about male genital mutilation. I'll just try it anyway. Om mani padme hum. You're a fool. Yeah. Most of the things they ask you to do is like idiot check. See if the idiot knows you're lying to him. And if you do what they ask wholeheartedly, they know you don't know you're being lied to. So they'll ask for something else. And eventually it'll end in you giving over your money and circumcising your kids, which they do. They do that to this day. They give over their money and they circumcise their children. England all the time is like, we don't circumcise. Russell Brand is circumcised. How does England not circumcise if Russell Brand is circumcised? You have a monarch and you wear clothes like it's the law. You don't even know. The reason I know Russell Brand is circumcised is you could see his dickhead through his pants. Sad. Yeah, what they meant is the national health care doesn't cover it. Their national health care only does circumcision on 10% of the people. But that doesn't mean that the circumcision is not being done. I knew a kid who got circumcised at his home. His mom did it. Muslims do it at home. So their circumcision rates are lies. Yeah, maybe their national healthcare providers don't do it automatically. They say they could be lying. But it doesn't mean that it's not being done at the churches. You know, how many times do you invite like a private person over to do something? It's a fucking shitty thing. No piece of their own body. And what gets me is they fight the fact it's birth control. They go like, circumcision is not birth control. Circumcision doesn't prevent any births. Imagine this. Imagine I cut the nozzle part of your fuel pump off. Imagine you just have the head and it sprays it out that way. Would it prevent you from getting fuel in your car? No. You could use a funnel. You could just spray it in anyway, but it would make it a lot harder. It would make you reticent to go to that pump, right? So it would make a mess. So yeah, circumcision is definitely birth control, barbaric birth control. Give the baby PTSD. They always go, it doesn't give him PTSD. Yes, it does. It's like today when I said, it's suspicious you asked them to wash up and then told your little one to calm down. It's just the most like, take what a mom says on repeat. You do this. That's no way to treat people. It's really not, and they just don't get it yet. They don't understand. They don't see the connection between them and slavery. And they don't see how heartless and heartbreaking it is to be in a house where you're just told what to do like this all the time. I hate that. I hate it for them. I hated it when I went through it. It's not right. This has been my speech. Repo. I haven't played it, but I watched Bubbly Nuggets play it. I like Bubbly. Yeah, the reason what's his butt, Kid Shadow and me didn't get along is he circumcised his kid. One day he'll realize what I tried to save him from and see that I wasn't out to get him or his enemy, and he really did cross the line by doing that. God says, cut your kid's dick off. You're on an island with a bunch of monkeys. When I say monkey island, they think I mean like an actual island filled with monkeys. No, I'm talking about Earth. Earth is Monkey Island. We are the source of it. We are the authority. We are who it's done to, and we are who's doing it. It's Monkey Island. We live in a bubble where monkeys say what is and what's okay. And it's really like, can't be given like a high precedent. I feel like I would kick the shit out of most people. Robert Greene, Neil deGrasse Tyson. No offense to them, but I feel like what I gotta say makes them seem old. But until I'm willing to pay to be famous, won't matter. The CEO of Alphabet doesn't make hundreds of millions a year for being nice. He doesn't make it for providing winning products. He makes it for charging people for fame. People want to have views on the most popular video sharing site in the world. And so they pay for likes and comments and views. It's sad. Yeah, maybe. And it really is that they like follow what other people are doing. You look at what's popular and go like, oh, I want to watch that because of that, or whatever. They have to see it. You ever scroll YouTube and it's the same video over and over? You've seen that video 10 times. Well, what happened is they paid, and now YouTube has to gather views because they paid. So they're going to show it to people until they've hit their view quota. And is that really the most viral? Is that really the best content? You know, is the content that you see that has all the likes and views really the best? Or is it just whoever was willing to pay the price? So I consider myself the best. I consider myself absolutely the GOAT. Holographic speed painting, knowledge of the secret government. I do future tech. I protect kids from being hurt. I'm the best. I'm the real GOAT. But who knows about me? You know, and even if I paid them, would I just be getting bots? Right?